The Sharingan quickly gained the reputation for possibly being the strongest Kekkai Genkai in the series. The Sharingan, known in English as the Copy Will Eye, is the powerful inherited ability of the Uchiha clan. The eye allows the user to copy a variety of attacks. Kakashi, who received a single Sharingan from a dying teammate, was better known as the Copy Ninja. His ability to copy jutsu gave him a dangerous reputation. Chidori is a jutsu created by Kakashi Hatake. Kakashi eventually taught the jutsu to his student, Sasuke. The jutsu became Sasuke's signature attack. When he first created the technique, he discovered it was too dangerous to use. After Kakashi received the Sharingan, he realized that was what he needed to complete the jutsu. Without the Sharingan, he couldn't process the world quickly enough to safely use Chidori. While the lightning-style attack could technically be used by anyone, the Sharingan is needed to safely use this jutsu. Amadorasu is a Mangekyo Sharingan ability. Amadorasu produces dangerous black flames. The jutsu user will focus on where they need the flames to appear and can only be extinguished by the person who created the flames. This ability doesn't need hand signs to be used. Itachi and Sasuke are the only ones ever shown using Amadorasu. The ability seems to put a lot of stress on the body of the jutsu's user. The jutsu is thought to be the strongest fire jutsu in Naruto. Kagitsuchi is an ability that is used in tandem with Amadorasu. Kagitsuchi can be used to help control and contain the Amadorasu. This ability has only been shown to be used by Sasuke Uchiha. Sasuke uses his left eye to use Amadorasu and his right eye to use Kagitsuchi. Sasuke has used this jutsu to create a sort of armor made of the Amadorasu flames. This jutsu also allows the user to shape the Amadorasu flames into a weapon. Abito Uchiha is shown to have the ability to create a dimension using his Mangekyo Sharingan. While only Abito has been shown using the ability, it is likely that anyone in possession of the Mangekyo Sharingan could create one of these dimensions. Abito uses this dimension to easily travel from one location to another. Abito can also use the dimension to keep someone or something trapped. The only way in and out of the dimension was the use of one of Abito's eyes, which also meant that Kakashi could travel to and from the dimension. Tsukumi is a Mangekyo Sharingan ability that is often used by Itachi Uchiha. The jutsu traps the person in an incredibly strong illusion. The Tsukumi slows down the perception of time and completely distorts the way a person perceives reality. Itachi typically uses the jutsu to torture his opponents. He uses the jutsu against his brother, forcing him to relive the deaths of their parents repeatedly. He also uses the ability against his friend, Izumi Uchiha. Through the use of Tsukumi, Izumi is allowed to live out an entire life with Itachi before dying. Izanagi is a genjutsu. The Izanagi creates an illusion that is so powerful that it actually becomes reality. This jutsu gives the caster complete control over reality for as long as the jutsu remains in effect. The Izanagi can only be used for a brief amount of time. The jutsu requires a lot of chakra and will render the jutsu's user blind in one eye. Danzo finds a way around a lot of these weaknesses. He utilizes multiple Sharingan in his arm to counteract its negative effects. The Izanami is closely related to the Izanagi. The Izanami traps a person in an endless loop that is repeated as long as the Izanami remains in effect. The person trapped in the Izanami can't escape, even as they become aware they are trapped. The jutsu is typically used to force a person to accept that they've made a mistake. Historically, the jutsu has been used by the Uchiha clan to counteract the Izanagi. The use of the Izanami will render a person blind. Kotoeme Tsukumi is a powerful mind-controlling genjutsu. The jutsu is so incredibly subtle that the person doesn't even realize they are being controlled. Shisui Uchiha had planned on using the jutsu to stop war from breaking out between the Uchiha and Konoha. Shisui's plans were thrown off course when Danzo stole his eye. He willingly gave the other eye to his best friend, Itachi. Itachi planned to use the eye to ensure Sasuke returned to Konoha, but instead used the eye to counteract Kabuto's control over him. Susanoo is a giant armor made out of chakra. The jutsu requires the Mangekyo Sharingan to use. Susanoo is the strongest ability available to Mangekyo Sharingan users. The jutsu surrounds the user, acting as the ultimate defense. The Susanoo isn't completely invulnerable, and the Susanoo can't repair itself from damage. The ability can only completely protect a person when fully manifested. The Susanoo can be used in part to partially protect someone. Sasuke uses Amadorasu to help protect his Susanoo. Indra's arrow is a jutsu created by Sasuke Uchiha. The jutsu can only be used in combination with Susanoo. Sasuke describes the jutsu as his strongest offensive technique. The jutsu is named after Sasuke's ancestor, Indra. Indra was the first person to use Susanoo. The jutsu requires an incredible amount of chakra. Sasuke could only use the jutsu after he absorbed chakra from all 9-tailed beasts. The massive chakra this requires may mean that the jutsu can't be used a second time.